What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We're back with another Musume video. This video, we are going to be training Oguri Cap just to see how I do. Obviously, training her because of the CM, medium distance. So, Christmas Oguri Cap, it is. For the setup, we're going to go with 2 speed in Still in Love and Duramente. Measure Ramino, Wise Card, Tamamo Power. Gonna use Haru instead of Orfev. And then Tucker Bryan for the friend card that I am borrowing. Nice and simple. I believe the last time I trained her off camera, this was, well, I did use slightly different cards, as in different Wise and Guts cards, but I just wanted to see what would happen if I would use these two instead. And yeah, just want to see if I could match it or get something better out of it. So that being said, we're gonna get the run started, but before we do get the run training started and go over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. This is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Request channel on Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, as usual, gonna get the comments loaded up and do a couple turns here while that's going on. And yeah, I did some off-camera trainings for Orfev just to see if I can get a good one. I think the highest I got, well, I was also trying one of every stat card, so I don't know if that was the reason why it was kind of off, but it is what it is. I'm still trying it out. I think I could have gotten a good one if because speed wasn't too far off from a 1800 plus. But then again, Guts still wasn't as high, obviously. My Guts card isn't the best, which is why I pretty much like to go with 2 speed. Mostly with stamina instead of Guts, because even with 1 Guts card, instead of a stamina card, it still doesn't reach as high as if I were to use, or it wouldn't be as high as stamina if I were to use 1 stamina card instead, like the Super Creek card, pretty much. Because even with just 1 stamina card, with the help of power, obviously, it helps stamina get to 1700, pretty much whatever I've gotten in the long distance and before that, pretty much. So just trying to figure that out, but I think I pretty much just need that 1 Guts card to like an actual good Guts card that's max limit broken to really give me a better chance in possibly using 1 of each stat. At least that's the conclusion that I'm going towards, if I'm honestly speaking. But with that being said, I do have the comments loaded up as I scratch my nose. And the first comment we'll be going over, it's the only comment from Rick, and it says spoiler alert. Now that actually just reminded me of something. That reminded me how it's been a while, but I didn't even realize it after all the comments about, I guess, Princess Tennis and all that. But now that you said spoiler alert, after the past comments about summarizing what you've seen in the Prince of Tennis, It reminded me that before I did tend to avoid going over stuff like this just to make sure nobody else, whether they're normal commenters or not, just viewers in general, other viewers, just in case they get spoiled. Now I realize that now. It just normally if we were to talk about anime or something like that, it wouldn't go into basically a description of an episode or whatever happened. And now you gave me that realization that was exactly what you've been doing. So for I don't know. For I guess future comments or whatever, I will go over this one just because you already wrote it down and all that. And it's pretty much your only comment for the video. I'll go over it, but for the future, maybe tone down on the summaries just in case there are people who do watch it. Although I'll probably avoid as I take a glimpse of it, avoid the Kuroko no Basuke one because it doesn't seem... Oh, that one definitely, that one was basically more of a straight up spoiler compared to the other one, I guess, the Prince of Tennis one, I guess. But spoiler alert for Prince of Tennis and Kuroko no Basuke. For those who haven't seen it, I've seen Kuroko no Basuke, so it's not, but I haven't kept up with Prince of Tennis since the original one, I guess. Because there is the new Prince of Tennis and all that. Where I'm at the moment in the Prince of Tennis, Seigaku is about to play the finals of the Kanto tournament against a strong opponent, and they said that all their players are Teizaku level. Teizaku is the captain of Seigaku, and he is crazy at the moment. And at the moment, he is in Germany recovering from his injury. I don't know how Seigaku could beat them, or if they will. Maybe if they lose here and get them back on the national tournament and avoiding the Kuroko part. But possibly, that's my response to that. And then Nova says, if only they added table to this, Prince of Table Tennis would be so peak. Rick responded saying he played a talented player of table tennis that is also a first year as the protag and also started playing table tennis at a very young age. Excuse me. As the protag and Echizen somehow beat that guy by changing how he holds the ping pong racket as if it was a regular racket, and also somehow did a serve he does on tennis in table tennis. Not to be nitpicky, but isn't it just a paddle? Just because the racket's more, because of the way, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, so the table, they didn't show how his serve bouncing on his side first, so I think he made an illegal serve, or somehow he managed to do a legal serve with the angle he usually uses on tennis. At the end, this was a glaze to the protag, so it is what it is. It is what it is. I am not going to pass up on 60. Nova says, much better. Than Eugen says, spoiler alert, there's a game for both anime and that they won. Don't know how to respond to that, because if you think about sports animes, yeah, I could see why you would say that. I could see why you would say that. But other than that, thank you, Rick, for the comments, and Nova and Eugen for replying. Next comments are going to be from Nova, and the first one says, I need some jacked up support cards for Chaser. The step up paid banner right now let you select 10 of them. I guess it's YOLO since I chose all the Chaser cards. The only Betweener card I'm putting on there is Ryan's Stamina, but it's not a card I need for everything since it's for medium. Well, you do you. It's a paid banner. Does not necessarily concern me. So, you do you, Nova. You do you. Next comment says, guess I'll request a New Year Kawakami Princess run. Wait, she can run medium, right? Well, first things first, there is no New Year Kawakami Princess. So, I know who you're trying to request, because you're trying to troll me based on just your requests in general. But I guess I'll just amuse you and still do the request, even though I know basically your requests have just basically been, feels like trolls, basically troll requests, because one, you already knew I wasn't gonna train Kawakami Princess to begin with, and two, the two requests you've done has been for 2 Betweeners. And yes, Kawakami Princess can do medium distance. And another reason I feel like you're trolling is because I don't think you have her, so I don't feel like you're ever gonna train her. So, and then another reason, you're the Betweener guy, so asking me to train Betweeners is kind of funny, knowing that I rarely train Betweeners unless it's long distance. But I'll amuse you. I'll amuse you and train her tomorrow for tomorrow's video. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. And it's not New Year's, it's festival, by the way. Maybe I should have said no because just said no because you got it wrong, but I'll amuse you. It's fine. I'm not gonna use her anyway. I'll just train her once and that's it. I'll just train her once and that's it. Whether or not you even have her or not, or if you do and you're still not going to train her, obviously not, because you have all these other Betweeners that you would rather train. So, just to amuse your trolling nature, I will do it. I will do it. The Vivlo speed card is general but forgotten, I guess. I didn't pull for it, so easily forgotten for me since I don't use it, I guess. I would still use Chun-Li though, waifu over meta. I still need Carlota support though. The glasses chick is not it, man. Well, there's 2 things that I feel that I've known that you basically look at when it comes to characters: making sure they don't look for glasses, they don't wear glasses, and 2, make sure that they got big assets. That's all I know how you look towards your characters, or characters that you like, unless they're an exception. But other than that, that's how I see you approaching these characters, pretty much. Pretty much. I have no problem with waiting though. I need a ton of parent training. I can do 140 factor runs in total over the next 7 days, accounting for 1 run with 4 factor refreshes. Man, the parent training is the true endgame. Parent training has been pretty much the thing. If you wanted to have a slightly better training to happen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. So, yeah. Do you like cryptids in general? I think the Mothman is kind of cool. Fallout 76 was fun while it lasted. It has all the cryptids, man. Do I like cryptids? I wouldn't say I like them. It's more like they're just interesting. Not necessarily like them, nor do I hate them. More like if something comes up about them, would I click on it? Chances are, most of the time, no. Most of the time would be a no. Although, there are some that I do know of. Obviously, a Mothman. I guess because we mentioned Bigfoot. Wasn't like the Yeti or Abominable Snowman one. Then there's like the New Jersey Devil. And I think it was, I forgot what it was called. What place it was called. But yeah, sometimes I come across different cryptids from I guess one, maybe two of the YouTubers I watch that are more focused on the paranormal stuff. But I think it's called the Pine Barrens New Jersey Devil. But pretty much once in a while they'll go to a place. This was literally like a cabin in the middle of nowhere that they rented out for the night. And a part of their reason was because they were in the Pine Barrens and they were near the forest. So that's how I figured out about the quote-unquote New Jersey Devil. As for where I like them, I don't know. They're just interesting when it's mentioned. But no, I don't know. I don't know if I like them. I don't know if I hate them. Like I said, I'm more in the paranormal side of things rather than cryptids, only because we don't necessarily know if they're real. Then like the Loch Ness Monster one as well. I don't know, the Wendigo maybe. Like I see them here and there, but I don't normally look into it or click the video if it just appears. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't think I played Fallout 76 though. Yeah, I didn't play Fallout 76. Heck, I don't even think I played Fallout 4. Definitely Fallout 3 was the last one I played. Or New Vegas I didn't play either. Right? Yeah. Oguri's mid anyways. Tact and Heart are coming home. Well, I could say the same for Vivlos. I could say Vivlos is mid. But anyways, Rick says, I mean, she do run on medium distance and she can do turf and dirt and mile and long. Nova says, mid is mid. My same exact response to Vivlos. Mid is mid. Or whoever else you think that we both don't like. Mid is mid. Rick says, then jungle is jungle. If you come to my lane and smite the cannon, minion, you leave with a report. Noah says, who jungle and Aram? That's a good point. Who jungles and Aram? That's kind of funny. But we know he's talking about not Aram. So yeah. Try this. Need more tickets, Shushu. You can never have enough tickets. Just why you're on the Lucky Mustard King. Just why you're the Lucky Mustard King, because you don't even really need your carrot jewels for Uma pulls. Augusta pulls and reverse pulls. I decided to pull for both collab characters, I guess. Oh boy, this is gonna be a tough month with this many gacha pulls. 82. It's fine. I would rather have some of the others boosted. Fine. It's fine. Speaking about Augusta pulls, I still have to record a video. Although it might be it might be on the shorter end depending on if I get her or not. Because there wasn't much to farm or events or anything like that from the second half of the last patch, so hopefully it just happens within whatever pulls I have. And then if I do end up getting her within the pulls I have, since I have a guaranteed, then I'll try to get Augusta's weapon. And then hopefully I get it early, that way I can just save for, you know. That's my plan. That is my plan. As for reverse pulls, whatever happens, happens. I already have Ezio, so that's cool. Pulls are named Cassandra. If I do end up getting her, sure. I do need only one more 10 pull to get a copy of Ezio, which I should just go for it since it's just literally one more 10 pull. So after that, I'll do whatever pulls I get remaining towards the second collab character and call it from there. This Monato drama in Zenless is crazy. People really want him to be S rank, but yeah, literally quitting and threatening people. This is why dude lovers needs to get out and touch grass. There was a similar issue in Genshin with Auroron. They wanted him to be in 5-star, but stayed as a 4-star. If they didn't do it for him, they're not going to do it for Monato. It's that simple. It's that simple. So my Ohio online friend, who doesn't even play Uma, just logged on and got still in love in the first pool. Well, he is the mustard now. But he can just be a mustard packet. You're still the king. Nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change our minds, Nova. You can keep saying other people are lucky mustards and all that, but you're still the one. You're still the king on top. You're still the king on top unless someone beats your record that's still ongoing. You can try. Nothing's gonna change our minds. Donna doesn't need a card. You don't want that curse. Always have the least popular Umas and OP support cards, okay? She'll probably eventually get a support card. She'll probably eventually get a legitimate support card. Either before or after she gets her alt costume. He might be a whale though, you never know. There are whales among whales, I think. Wait, he might have gotten both cards MLB already before Pity? If that is true, then holy, he won. He is the king. We don't know how his luck's gonna be after the anniversary. We don't even have confirmation if he did get both MLB before Pity, because I still have a suspicion that he possibly already did one Pity for some odd reason, because he just kept pulling, even though I felt like he said he was gonna wait for the free pulls. Because I do remember him saying that he did half of the pulls already, and then every comment felt like he just kept pulling and pulling. Plus he has an alt account that well, I guess it doesn't matter. If it happens as alt account, I don't know. If it's an alt account, I don't really take it seriously, because I feel like you're going to be more focused on your main account regardless. Unless his alt account turns into his main account, then that would be a different story, I guess. But like I said, you're still a king. Nothing's changing. Nothing's changing. Eugen flexing. I'm done, Shushu. He's gonna say we're lucky when he's getting more copies from free pulls. I'm so mad. All jokes aside, it's better to see others get lucky for once. I also sucked some luck from Rick the other day. I should be prepared. I mean, it's kind of hard for you to see others get lucky when you're mainly the one getting lucky. Me, on the other hand, I'm just like, oh well. Oh well. Getting congratulated for going all the way to pity is the best I get. Then the last comment from Nova says, how serious are you taking the short distance CM? I'm kind of mid about it since I don't have much to go with. No cards, no parents, only Cal Sunlight, Durando, and KS Miracle. Asan Machin maybe? I don't know, man. Not feeling it right now. I like how you say only, but those are literally probably the best options you have besides like Sakura Bakushino. The summer, oh, not summer, the sports festival one. I mean, no cards, unless you have it for their position, then that's fine. If you're talking about distance, well, we don't normally go for distance ones. They may happen here and there, but for the most part, it's mostly positional or general for what we pull. So you saying no cards is kind of, well, House Sunlight being a runner, maybe for you. I think KS Miracle is a leader. I think you'll be fine there, and Durando's a chaser. If I'm remembering correctly. Sanoki replied saying, short CM actually should be chill. We jokingly refer to it as the only distance not ruined by side games yet. There's no Blubby Blubby Allegria in mile or Orf in medium long types, so the barrier of entry should be low. Also, you also named almost every short Uma. There's only like half a dozen short Umas and you own basically everything. Yep. That was pretty much where I was going, guys. Like, you just name literally ones you have that are good to use for short distance. Nova says, intentionally picked all the short Umas with the last paid banner. Originally, I only had Cheerleader Halo. I personally think short distance is kind of boring, but I guess I'll see what I can cook with. Sanoki says, yeah, short is structurally the most boring distance unless you're going to try something special. Then again, what's the difference between short when you see half a dozen Umas versus others where there are numerous options, but you maybe have one matchup where you even see anything interesting plus well built? I should probably make sure I get my races scheduled that I want to do at least. Just give her mile distance one. For the second one, Nova says, Uma's a wit game, but short distance is just a brainless one. Then Eugen says, Sprint CM, the Uma I can think of with best short distance aptitude is Twin Turbo, Mayano Top Gun, Sweep Tosho, and Yukino Bijin. Don't have Sports Bakushin, so I'm sad, so I don't know any try-hard short distance Uma. There is Asan Machan I have, but yeah, let's not go for Duke. Because, you know, you. That's your personal take, so. For me, who am I gonna use if for the short distance one? Well, I do have Sports Bakushin. She's just always pretty much been there. Awesome Light. Although I feel like part of me feels like she's best when it's just a straight one. But I'll still use her regardless. At least as an option. I do have Cheerleader Halo, but haven't trained her at all. Or I could just take some other Umas who has some kind of aptitude for short distance and just inherit it. So we'll see. We'll see. And with that being said, that is pretty much it for all the comments from Nova. Thank you, Nova, for all the comments, and Eugen, Tanoki, and Rick for replying. Appreciate it as always. Next comment is going to be from Kazuki. My highest rank is UB4 with Chrono and Satono Lark. For Chrono, I've made a huge mistake. Could have been trained to speed to 1900 with the last 3 summer trainings. Since the power and stamina is going to get maxed out anyways at the end of the training. I ended up with 1783 speed and maxed out stamina and power, amateur move, and thinking. Or I just got too distracted since I'm not at home when I'm doing the training run. That could be it. That could be it. I usually multitask also, so sometimes I do end up once in a while messing up. And the RNG gave me the chance to get a higher UB, but I just wasted a chance. Well, you just gotta keep training. You just gotta keep training. Thank you, Kazuki, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next question. Next comments are gonna be from Eugen. Every time Nova mentions how many tickets save, it's like flexing intentionally how lucky Emperor Mustard he is. I guess Nova went from a lucky king to a lucky Emperor Mustard. I see. I could understand if it's Rick or someone else. I could understand and agree, but him. There is nothing more to say, even if he keeps saying other newcomers are lucky and entertaining the competition. Kinda agree. I kinda agree. It's like what I said earlier. Doesn't matter what he says, unless someone beats his ongoing record, I don't really see anyone else doing better than him. Regardless of what's happening right now with Kazuki's pulls, which I don't know. I feel like he may have done pity already, and he's just continuing to pull, or he actually did get that lucky before first pity. But at the same time, it feels like he's done extra pulls over while free pulls are still coming. So I will keep my stand until he does pull on a double Uma or reach into Uma heaven or pity. If not, all reason of would be like no reason to be acceptable. Well, he did say he'll only pull on double Uma banners if it's two Umas he likes, so don't get your hopes up on that. Him reaching pity, well, we'll see how much longer this will go. We'll just see how much longer this will go. But at the end of the day, I agree. Nothing will change until him reaching pity happens for Uma pulls. And then the last comment from Eugen says, late to read Rick's previous comment. Apology accepted. Then Nova says, Rick save, Noki not save. Noki not save? He hasn't done anything for like a while now. So I don't know. All I can say is that if we're gonna say something recent, was just basically him congratulating someone going to pity, but that's all I got. Other than that, thank you, Eugene, for the comment. No, we're replying. Next comment is from, speaking about Tanoki. I trained short and mile UB5s at the start of Scenario for fun, Suzuka and Taiki. And yeah, the state of my short distance parents is diabolical. It was pre-auto after all. Well, I still don't auto. I still prefer manually doing my training. Well, probably because most of the time I'm training for an event. I could do auto trainings, but it never really crosses my mind most of the time. Most of the time I'll just be like, oh, let me go train this Uma instead for now and see what happens. Other than that, thank you, Tanoki, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And the last one is from Ada. Maybe I'll just call you Ada. But if there's a name you would rather call me, would rather be called by, let me know. Let me know in your next comment. And it says, I have a question. I have MLB Daring Tech and zero LB Narita Taishin. I know it's obvious, but should I just use MLB Daring Tech over Taishin despite good gold skill Taishin has? It depends on who you're training, because isn't Daring Tech more focused on betweeners while Taishin is more on chasers? But if you're looking for, I guess if we're talking about specialty rates, then technically Daring Tech would be better. But if this is because of the Remente, you could try 0 LB Taishin if it's for Duramente. Because if you're comparing it just based on the skill, seems like you would probably benefit more if you're just worried about skills for Taishin. But if you want more help stats wise, along with more specialty rate because of the scenario, then I'd probably go with Daring Tech. At least that's what I'm thinking as of now. So yeah. But if we're talking about a different Uma, well then I don't exactly know who you're trying to train. Most of the time I try to at least have my cards match up with whatever position I have. So if that's also a factor and we're talking about Dormente, I'd probably, funny because I have Taishin. I maxed out speed already? Well, maybe I should have ran 2 guts cards or 1 stamina. It's my first time maxing out speed this early. It's kind of weird. It's a little weird, but we'll go along with it. But for me, normally it depends on who you're training. But there are times where I did use my MLB Taishin on a Uma that it's not a chaser at all, just because it was probably my best option at the moment, at the time. So yeah, that's all I got. So thank you for the comments, Ada. I'm just gonna call you Ada for now. Tanoki, Eugen. Where did the other comments go? Ada, Tanoki, Eugen, Kazuki, Nova, and Rick for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. With that being said, let's just go finish the rest of the run. And see how this ends. I don't think stamina will reach where I kind of want it to be. Now I'm just curious. What the heck? I've never, even in past cap runs, I've never maxed out speed that early. So these were this was probably just one of those runs where he just did well. Training wise. Well, it gives me something to try off camera. I'm just probably gonna do the same setup, except go 2 guts cards, maybe. Not sure. Maybe stamina. Maybe stamina, and see how that goes, and then try 2 guts cards and then try 1 stamina card. At least with cap. But even sometimes with runs that I do 2 speed cards, sometimes they'll still be under the cap or somewhat under the cap. Could be like 100 or around, like something like that. But I don't even remember if I got any S aptitudes at the same time as well. But let's just see how we did. Stamina is on the lower end. Last time I did this setup, my stamina was 1400, if I'm not mistaken. So I could tell that probably most of my stuff went to speed, or a lot of my good training went to speed, which I'm not complaining. Hold on. But let's just pick out these skills first, then see how I did. That. Oh yeah, I don't have Super Creep. It's fine. I was like, I don't have Arc Maestro here. It's okay. Well, I don't think I'll use this cap anyway, so I'll just grab some other things. $63 left. Pretty much had all the... Did I miss out on a gold skill somewhere? Maybe. I'll just grab a mile skill. Like I did, I think, yesterday as well. Yeah, we didn't get an S aptitude, but there's still time, so it's fine. It's good. UB 3. I'll just pick the first one. Then, with that being said, 1893 speed, which is my cap, 1304 stamina, 1743 power, which is my cap as well, 1447 guts, and 1270 on wise. No S aptitudes, and that is my second best. I do have a UB6. That was the one I was talking about. Which I could see could possibly be better. Even if it's just by a little. Obviously, I did reach UB7 with Gentle Donna, so haven't reached UB7 since then. So hopefully, maybe one of these runs I will. I don't know if if I do train Gentle Donna and she ends up beating her own record of, or my own highest training record with UB7, but who knows? Who knows? But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing with your trainings. Y'all could just probably just be chilling with your TM training. Maybe y'all are more worried about these short distance one, which I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I am a little bit worried because I don't have any short distance parents, so I might have to work on that outside of training for the CM or while training for the CM. But if there's anything else you guys do want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description. There is a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. After that, whoa. After that, give that a search. Request to join. Let me know that you sent the request either in the comment section or the Circle Request channel or Discord server. But make sure when you do let me know on either or. Make sure you send in your in-game name also, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, tomorrow's video, as requested by Nova, even though it's a troll request, pretty much I feel like both of them were. It's gonna be festival Kawakami Princess, not New Year's. Just to amuse Nova. Simply that. But with that being said, guys, I gotta go record the global video and also my Augusta polls. So with that being said, guys, thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.